Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Sony booth here at NAB. We've got a great presentation coming up in less than a minute, so come on, have a seat, relax, and come and join us. We're going to talk about 4K, what it allows you to do, and how Sony has the most complete 4K production system, including cameras, switchers, servers, projectors, and more. We'll discuss Sony 4K cameras, including the brand new full-frame sensor Alpha 7S. But first, let's start with a clip from The Blacklist from Sony Pictures Television, airing Mondays on NBC. Seriously, this is an amazing show, and it's gorgeously shot using Sony 4K f55 cameras. In this clip, notice the details that 4K allows you to see. You'll see the pores on James Spader's face, the light highlighting individual hairs on Megan Boot's head. So let's take a look. Once again, that was NBC's The Blacklist, a production of Sony Pictures Television shot with Sony 4K f55 cameras. And as I mentioned, the 4K allows you to see amazing details right down to the pores on James Spader's face. You know, all this talk about 4K is getting me really excited, so let's just get started. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Sony at NAB. At Sony, we've been nurturing, developing, and expanding the universe of high definition since 1985. From the lens to the living room, no company has done more to make high definition the success that it is today. And now, we'd like you to consider the greatest enhancement to HD yet. It's called 4K. Whatever your thoughts are about the future, whatever your production agenda, Sony 4K is a powerful tool that can help your storytelling now. Think about how you can use this magnificent canvas, the incredible color palette, the extraordinary resolution, and the versatility to help you tell your story in new and meaningful ways. Cinematography for movies and episodic TV is just the beginning. There's image magnification for houses of worship. We have new broadcast enhancements like super slow motion and 2K camera stitching for TV sports. There's reframing and image stabilization for all kinds of productions, plus powerful innovations for news and docs. In all these ways, Sony 4K can help enhance your HD productions as never before. We've encapsulated this thought in our presentation's theme, 4K for 2K, 4K for 4K, 4K and beyond. So let's start at the beginning. This is the picture size of full HD. And 2K is just a little bit wider than that. In fact, they're so close that people are beginning to use the designations 2K and HD interchangeably. In comparison, this is 4 times the pixels of HD, called Quad Full HD or Ultra HD. This is the common image size in the new consumer 4K world. And professional 4K is just a little bit wider than that. Compared to HD, Sony 4K gives you a far bigger canvas on which to compose your shot. And Sony offers you a bigger range of 4K cameras than anyone else. Our flagship f65, our mainstream PMW f55 and f5, our affordable NEX FS700, our recent addition to the family, the handheld PXW Z100, the world's first palm-size 4K Handycam camcorder, the FDR AX100, and the latest member slated to join the 4K family this June, the full-frame sensor yet compact Alpha 7S. It sends 3840 by 2160 signal up to 30p over HDMI externally over 422 to 4K recorders such as the newly announced model from Atomos. The Alpha 7S captures stills or motion at extremely low noise levels thanks to its native ISO 10400 sensitivity. The Alpha 7S is the world's first camera to utilize the full width of a full-frame image sensor in 4K video acquisition without cropping or line skipping. With direct readout of the image sensor's pixels, the Alpha 7S is free of aliasing and false color artifacts, and offers 120 FPS, 720p HD, and options for XLR input. Just a few of the capabilities of this revolutionary camera. Now, all the DPs and producers that we talk to agree that the sheer production power of Sony 4K is awesome. But not everybody is clear on how to put 4K to work in today's practical production environments. We're still hearing the question, why should I care about 4K when we have today's HD market? Well, we have four important reasons. First, Sony 4K is for live television. You already know that Sony 4K cameras are popular choices for movies, music videos, and episodic television. But you may not realize that Sony 4K cameras are the gateway to the industry's most complete 4K live production system. With Sony, you've got a choice of 4K switchers, a 4K server, an LCD 4K production monitor already shipping, and an OLED monitor coming soon. A wide range of 4K projectors, plus a choice of 4K live production cameras. Amazing things happen when you pair the f65 or f55 camera and the CA4000 fiber adapter. Suddenly, you have all the connections you need for today's HD infrastructure. You get seamless color matching with Sony's popular HDC 2500 cameras, the de facto standard in TV sports. And you get amazing production possibilities. Now, you don't need to sacrifice picture quality to achieve next generation super slow motion. Sony's f55 delivers exquisite color and resolution at 240p HD for playback at 4 times speed. In addition, the f65 is capable of an incredible 120 frames per second in 4K. Additionally, Sony's 2K camera stitching system enables you to lock down a pair of cameras and create an 8K canvas that covers the entire playing surface. You can record everything that happens. Nothing escapes. Nothing is missed. For a dramatic play, you can create a camera move in replay that you could never have done in real time. And in these replays, the large 4K canvas enables you to crop into an area of interest and zoom in up to 2 times while still maintaining full HD resolution. Now, you really can see if the receiver made that catch. Sony software even enables you to pan and zoom on the fly, creating camera moves in the replay that weren't in the original shot. In fact, many of you have already seen these benefits on your own home televisions. That is, if you watch the World Series, NFL Conference Championships, and, oh yes, the Super Bowl. And it's not just for television. Imagine that kind of instant replay on the stadium big screen or in the deluxe suites. And it only requires 2 cameras. How about image magnification for houses of worship? You can do a 2 times zoom on the pastor or soloist in the choir, all while maintaining sharp, crisp images. This ability to reframe and resize is powerful, essentially giving you a second chance at storytelling in a single camera. Of course, these effects aren't limited to live productions. In cinematography, the larger canvas of the 4K picture also enables unprecedented image stabilization, achieving the perfectly smooth car-to-car or air-to-air shot that you could never capture on the day. And you could even reframe shots in post, removing mics and C-stands. Not that you'd ever need to, of course. And then, there's the second reason that you should care about 4K. Sony 4K is for news, documentaries, and reality. You already know that these 4 models accept 35mm lenses for the cinematic shallow focus that we associate with great storytelling. And you've probably guessed that the handheld Z100 has a smaller sensor designed from the outset for run and gun. But there's much more. The PMW f55 and f5 are Sony's chameleon cameras. They're not only 4K, but also 2K HD. They're not only 35mm, but also 16mm and even 2/3 inch. A feature called Center Scan Mode enables your camera to change personality depending on the needs of the project, the day, or the individual shot. If you're shooting interviews and you want to flatter your subject and blur the background with beautiful bokeh, put on the 35mm glass. If the next shot is more run and gun, window the sensor down and shoot with Super 16 lenses, or pop on an adapter to shoot with B4 lenses. The combination of the B4 lens adapter and center scan mode replicates the angle of view, depth of field, and operability of a conventional 2/3 inch camera. And the system can support auto iris and power zoom. In this way, the cameras act as a bridge from the lenses that you may own today to the ones you may want tomorrow. It means you don't need to throw away your favorite long lenses, and you won't need to take out a second mortgage just to equip the camera. And now, Sony is going a bold step further with our shoulder mount adapter. Slide the F55 or F5 into the adapter, and suddenly, you've got familiar shoulder mount ergonomics. The controls are right where muscle memory tells you they should be, and the connections you need are right where you need them. With the shoulder mount adapter and center scan mode, the F55 and F5 are 35mm cameras when you need them, and 2/3 inch cameras when you don't. By the way, our center scan mode is also a thing of beauty in purely cinematic projects. It's like a 2x extender for your 35mm lenses. So your 15.5 to 45mm zoom becomes a 31 to 90. Your 300mm telephoto becomes a 600 with no light loss and no degradation in image quality. Why care about 4K? We have a third reason. Sony 4K supports your workflow as never before. Sony now offers an amazingly broad range of formats and resolutions. For the ultimate in picture quality, Sony RAW is 16-bit linear with the industry's best grayscale rendition from the deepest shadows to the brightest highlights. Depending on the camera, we offer 8K, 4K, and even 2K RAW. The 2K RAW signal delivers the robust color correction of RAW at file sizes some 75% smaller than 4K RAW. And every Sony 4K camera offers super efficient codecs. From our trusted SR file and MPEG-2 HD, to the innovative XAVC 4K and HD, to the incredibly efficient XAVC long GOP, which we're adding to the handheld Z100. Good as these options undoubtedly are, even Sony recognizes that there are other significant codecs out there. And that's why we plan to enhance the F55 and F5 with Apple ProRes at selected bit rates. Yep, you heard that right. Apple's codec in Sony's cameras. Want even more? How about recording Avid DNX HD? With an optional board installed, the F55 and F5 become the perfect cameras to feed these editing systems. No rewrapping, no fuss, just straight to your timeline. And that brings me to my last reason to care. 4K distribution is already here. 4K distribution is so compelling because 4K viewing delivers a visibly superior picture under two conditions: when you sit close and when the screen is big. At the movie theater, the trend is to sit ever closer as the old-fashioned slope floor auditoriums are giving way to stadium seating. And in the home, the trend is toward ever bigger screens. In the standard definition era, 32 inches was about the biggest CRT. In the HD era, 55 inches is normal, and screens of 70 inches plus are becoming common. Both of these trends, sitting closer and watching bigger screens, heavily favor 4K distribution. No wonder there's so much momentum behind 4K. At the movies, we're seeing rapid growth in 4K digital distribution. And as the digital conversion of movies nears completion, 15,000 screens use Sony 4K projection. This January, 4K televisions from all kinds of brands were all over CES. Sony's game-changing 4K short-throw home projector was the centerpiece of our CES exhibit. And we're beginning to catch a wave of 4K content distribution to the home, not only from Sony's Video Unlimited 4K service, but also from Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, the conclusion is clear. No matter what you're shooting, scripted programming, sports, news, documentary, or reality, no matter what kind of lenses you use, no matter what output resolution you need, no matter what editor you're using, the greatest enhancement to HD is Sony 4K. To experience our 4K live production technology, please visit the product display just over there. You can see it, it says right there, 4K Live Production Solutions. To see our new shoulder mount and witness the picture quality of Sony 4K cameras, please visit the camera stage just off to your left. It's really big, you'll see it. To see the NES FX700, handheld PXWZ100, and the still and motion dual-purpose Alpha 7S camera up close and personal, please visit our handheld shooting display over there. You can see that beautiful 8K by 2K hanging screen up there. It's directly below it. And finally, to get a taste of the amazing productions done in Sony 4K, I invite you to visit our 4K theater in the back of the booth, which is directly behind us, basically. Throughout the Sony exhibit, you'll find friendly, helpful Sony representatives ready to answer your questions. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a wonderful show, everybody. Thank you very much.